Jaelan Phillips, Nakobe Dean, Blankenship, Jahan Dotson, they are all gone already from the Philadelphia Eagles as we have been gutted so far from the start of 2026 NFL free agency. I am Coy Camiscioli from Philly Sports Talk. Nothing too crazy tonight, not going to be a long episode either. Just want to give my initial thoughts on everything so far. It is almost midnight on the first day of NFL free agency, and obviously the Eagles are in a little bit of a bad spot. Now, we knew this entering that they just didn't have enough money to work with. We re-signed, or we extended Jordan Davis to a nice contract. We've seen all these rumors, all these trade rumors of Jalen Carter, A.J. Brown. Obviously, the A.J. Brown ones have been going on for a while. The Jalen Carter ones were relatively new. I don't buy into that at all. We're working on an extension for Jalen Carter. And we were close, apparently, to re-signing Jaelan Phillips, but the money that he took, which I'll get into in a second, I just don't see how we could have matched. Listen, it's disappointing what has happened so far to start the NFL free agency. Absolutely. I'm having a rough day because of it. I'm not going to lie. And other dumb school factors. We got tests coming up. We got Eagles players leaving. All this crap is going on. Obviously, I'm making jokes here. But it's just a shame. Jaelan Phillips, I'll start with him. He signs a 4-year, $120 million contract with the Panthers. Like over $80 million is guaranteed. And the Eagles just couldn't match this. That's just the bottom line. And Jaelan Phillips, he was good. I think that his impact goes beyond just what the stat sheet says. But I don't think he's worth $30 million a year. Howie Roseman absolutely did the right thing here. Even though, I just don't think we can match this to begin with. It is a shame to see him go. Obviously, he embraced the city of Philadelphia. He said that this was like one of the greatest things that's ever happened to him, getting traded to Philadelphia. I'm not sure. I wish him the best. I was fine with this one. The one I was not too happy about was Nakobe Dean going to the Las Vegas Raiders. This was a tough one. Absolutely. But the good news is that apparently he had a similar offer from the Dallas Cowboys, and he chose the Raiders over the Cowboys. So I don't know what his reason is for why he chose to do that. But obviously it's good for us Eagles fans that he did not go to the Cowboys. I think Nakobe Dean is a really good player. He's a ball hawk. The game kind of finds him. It really does. I just think he does a lot of good things at the linebacker position. Obviously we had Jahad Campbell already, and Zach Bond too, and now Campbell's got to step up into this role. But the depth that we had at linebacker is really nice. So he agrees to a 3-year, $36 million contract. It's just that one was the most tough to see, without a doubt. So that stinks. That was one of my top priorities in free agency. Then Blankenship agrees to a 3-year, $24 million deal with the Texans. This one, listen, I wanted to keep Reed, but he was probably at the bottom part of like my top 5 free agents to keep for the Eagles, while Nakobe Dean was towards top. Jaelan Phillips was up there as well, obviously along with Dallas Goedert. Reed, he was good. He was nothing amazing, but obviously kind of fit the mold for this team. This one's not the end of the world. We're kind of thin at safety, though. That's the bad thing. We have obviously Andrew Makuba, who went down this past year with an injury. He'll be coming back, ready to go. C.J. Gardner-Johnson would be an interesting candidate, obviously, for obvious reasons for this team to come back to the Philadelphia Eagles. But it's just it's not looking too hot right now. I had to take a cut to pull up our depth chart to see our safety position, guys. It's really not good. Andrew Makuba right now, they have Michael Carter listed in the strong safety position. Obviously, we have Marcus Epps, who fit pretty decently at the end of last season. Sidney Brown, guys, it's not good. We're gonna need to get another safety. That is really not good. Honestly, I didn't understand the impact of this losing Reed Blankenship that much until I saw that, because again, I didn't think Reed was insanely talented, but obviously I would take him back in a heartbeat considering the names that I just listed for you guys. And then the most minor of the 4, Jahan Dotson, he goes to the Falcons on a 2-year, $15 million contract. We knew that was going to happen. He was at the bottom of the list for me. That's okay. I wish him the best. He fit his role really well with us. So nothing too concerned there. I'm not going to talk about that too much. But I'm not happy to see those three big names go in free agency. I thought the Eagles had a chance to sign two of their big four, which includes Dallas Goedert, Blankenship, Dean, or Phillips. I thought we were going to be able to re-sign two of those four. Obviously, three have already walked, and who knows what's going to happen right now with Dallas Goedert. Now I think we really got to make a priority of getting him back. I think it's possible with us already losing three of our big-name players. Other free agents still, Brandon Graham, Azeez Ojulari, Joshua Usay, Fred Johnson, Matt Pryor, Braden Mann, A.J. Dillon, Grant Calcaterra, Kylan Granson. Obviously, there's nothing too much. Really, the only guys I really want back are Goddard. Braden Mann, obviously, was great for us. Calcaterra, I kind of want back at that backup tight end position. Fred Johnson for some of the line depth, maybe. Obviously, as a backup, though. Maybe, obviously, Brandon Graham for, the veteran leadership reasons. But other than that, there's not too many guys remaining for the Eagles that are must re-signs, I think a couple of the guys walked that we really need to make a priority of. But we've already been awarded 4 compensatory picks from the draft. 3rd round, 98th overall. 4th round, 137 overall. 5th round, 178 overall. And 6th round, 215 overall. So obviously Howie's done a good job in recent years in turning those picks into some pretty solid players. But it's just it's tough to see what the Eagles lose on the first day of free agency. And obviously we have just no money to work with to get anything done. So it's a shame, but guys, that's all I got. We're obviously going to have more Eagles news coming soon. I'll be back to break it down, and I'll have NFL news coming out in general soon. But that's going to do it, guys, and I'll be back soon.